skydiving has been around for a long time, and as you can see, we've got some museum pieces. And so here at PIA, we've got a little bit of a historical display, and it looks like you're trying to raise some money for the Skydiving Museum?
Exactly.
Awesome. So I'm hanging with Lenny Potts. He is the president of the National Skydiving Museum. And tell me a little bit about what you're trying to do here.
Well, we started this endeavor about 30 years ago. We formed a corporation. Standalone corporation, has nothing to do with USPA or PIA or anything else, and it's a non-profit corporation, totally tax deductible for anyone who wants to get involved and get in on the ground floor and get situated. What we wanted to do was try to preserve our history before we lose it, and we're losing people very quickly. I'm talking in terms of the original pioneers. Joe Crane, I happen to be a pallbearer for him, and Lou Sanborn is getting older. I'm getting older. Jacques Estelle is older. We're all getting older, and we need to preserve this history while we have an opportunity to do so. And this museum will be a first-class museum built on I-95 in Fredericksburg, Virginia, which is sort of Museum Alley. The Marine Corps have a museum there, the National Air and Space Museum is there. All the museums that are worth anything are located in that area. And we located the property in concert with USPA and the museum. We have 4.5 acres next to USPA's building, and we will build a building of about between 20 and 30,000 square feet. First class building. We may have a wind tunnel, we may not. And we'll have an IMAX type theater. So this project in toto is probably going to cost about $10 million. Thus far, we've raised the property money, which we paid off in full, which was about $2.5 million, and we have about $2 million in the bank. So as soon as we raise another $4 million, we'll begin construction. So we're looking and hopeful that this will happen by 2013.
So you're looking to raise $4 million over the next couple of years.
Exactly, exactly, and it's a huge task. With today's economy, there's not too many people willing to come out and write the check and put it forward. Where a couple of years ago we had people that are willing to do this. We got a great jump start with Bill Otley, who left us $1 million, $100,000 for 10 years. Other people like the Bachman family have come forward, myself and some other people to really give this thing a boost.
So how do people contribute if they want to contribute?
Well, they can contribute in many ways. They can buy a brick for $1,000 and they will have an engraved brick on the museum facility. They can do a prolonged donation for X number of dollars and pay it incrementally. There's so many ways that they can support the museum. We're going to do a National Skydiving Jump for History weekend at all the drop zones across the nation this year, and I think between $1.50 and $1 of every jump that made that weekend will go towards the museum.
Fantastic.
And that will really give us a shot in the arm for this year.
Folks can also donate through Parachutist Magazine. I've seen some things in there asking for donations.
USPA gives us a small slot in Parachutist every month, and each month we try to change it to demonstrate ways in which people can participate in the museum project. And it's open to all. And the museum will belong to all of us.
Open to all, no donation too small. You'll take whatever folks can do.
We've taken donations of old ripcords. We've taken donations of $5, $10, whatever. If every skydiver in the United States gave $50, we'd be moving dirt tomorrow. Yeah.
Pretty easy way to look at it. Reduce it down to something very small.
It is, and it's doable. You know, when we think of what the monies we spend today, I know what it costs to jump out of an airplane. I started back in the early 50s, and we were making jumps for $1.37 back then, but those days are gone. And with the liability situations and what they are in this country, it's difficult for drop zones to get by this year, and we appreciate everything that they're willing to do for us, and we look forward to enjoying a lot of support from the drop zones. PIA has been a tremendous support, as USPA and others. So we've got a good jump on it. It's a huge project. It's a lot of dollars, And as President 41 George Herbert Walker Bush said, we'll build this museum. And he's also a contributor.
Well, he's contributed, and so have I. Okay. And if you haven't contributed to the museum, you really should. We've got there's a lot of really great things here to show the evolution of hardware and how the equipment has evolved. And you know, I'm not sure I'm really excited about the 's jumpsuits, but they're kind of making a comeback color-wise.
That was kind of the '60s era. It started around '62 and went on through to the '70s.
So well, I'm glad I never had to jump that kind of stuff, but I'm equally happy to look at it because it makes me glad for what I've got today.
Absolutely. So the gear today is absolutely fantastic. It's fantastic.
So folks, take that as your signal. Be sure that you donate to the National Skydiving Museum so that this equipment and these assets like Lenny aren't lost, so that you can bring your kids and show them where skydiving came from.